Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we're going to take another look at Phyrexia All-Be-One with a collector booster box. So we've got it fully sealed and intact. Let's crack it open and see if we can do better than we did last time. Now last week's box was pretty darn phenomenal. In addition to the collector box, we also looked at a set, a draft, a couple of pre-releases. Can't wait to get my hands on the completed bundle. Already seen a few of those online. They look pretty darn sweet. And I think if you can get them for the $80 retail price, I think they're worth it. If you're going to pay the full TCG $160 plus inflated price, I think you might lose. So let's just go ahead and crack these open, have some fun. We'll review the value, compare this box to last week's box, and we'll put some prices on the screen now that pre-release is over. And we are now officially into the cycle. All right, so this one kicks off with a Rebel token. Then we're going to see a Sky Hunter Strike Force coming out of the Commander set with a Graz Unstoppable Juggernaut coming in. And then we're going to see a Sawblade Scamp, a Blightbilly Rat, a Mirror Convert, followed by a Volshock Factory, an Argentum Masticore, and then a Thrun Breaker of Silence, followed by our Phyrexian Forest, Slaughter Singer, Armored Scrap Gorger, the Surgical Bay, the Carnivorous Canopy, the Eye of Malakator, Zealot's Conviction in the back. All right, so one pack down. Not a great pack. No giant hits that I recall. So we'll just forget that ever happened and move on into pack number 2, which also starts off with a Rebel token. And we got a Zenith Chronicler, followed by an Atraxa Grand Unifier Mythic coming in. Very nice to see this. This is going to be a pretty decent hit, I do believe. Followed by a Drivnov Carnivorous Dominus coming in the Step and Complete. This is going to be valued just over $16 right now, so that's a pretty good hit for us. Followed by a Necrogen Rot Priest, a Cankerbloom. Then we're going to see a Tangle Weave Armor coming in from the Commander set with a Vindictive Flamestoker, an Urabrask's Forge, Phyrexian Mountain, Urabrask's Anointer, Chittering Skitterling, the Surgical Skull Bomb, followed by a Blazing Crescendo, an Infectious Inquiry, and a Meldweb Strider. So we'll just take 1/2 a second here, and we will go ahead and pull out our Mythic hit there, and just make sure that we can kind of track those. Obviously, they are tracked during the MTG box analysis, but just so you all can see them, I'll go ahead and pull them out. I don't believe we had any in the first pack. So that was a much better pack 2, much better than pack 1. So we'll keep going here. Got ourselves the Might, followed by a Nissa Ascended Animist coming in here. Very nice to see that in all of its glory. This is going to be a pretty good hit at value just over $11 in non-foil. So another good Mythic hit here. And right behind that, we're going to see Solo Bad Iron Goblin with a Bone Picker Scourge, a Sawblade Scamp, another Sawblade Scamp. Then we're going to see Kinzu of the Bleak Coven coming in from the main set, and right behind it from Commander is the Tablet of Completion with a Venser Corpse Puppet from the main set. Then we've got ourselves a Swamp, Bladehold Warwhip, Atmosphere Sturgeon, the Autonomous Furnace, Sawblade Scamp, Anoint with Affliction, and a Quicksilver Fisher in the back. All right, so all in all, I don't think that was such a bad pack. All right, we got another Rebel here. And this one's going to start off with Kethek Crucible Goliath, followed by a Copperline Gorge. Very nice. And our Step and Complete is going to be an Uncommon Furnace Punisher. Then we get a Bone Picker Scourge, a Sinew Dancer, with a Chiss Goria Forge Tyrant, Mythic coming in from the Commander set. And then we've got a Norn's Wellspring, a White Sun's Twilight, with our Panorama Mountain, Venomous Brutalizer, Necrogen Companion, followed by a Basilica Skull Bomb, a Fleshless Gladiator, a Shrapnel Slinger, and a Sinew Dancer in the back. So unfortunately, our only Mythic hit in that pack was from Commander. And if you're not aware, the Commander cards in this particular set, not extremely high value. So there we go. There's a card that is moving. It is just a rare, but Shrivel's Hive is seeing a lot of play and a lot of action. So keep an eye on out for that. Right behind it, wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. And I do see ladies because there are a few on the channel. So this is going to be Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, in full Phyrexian text. An amazing hit at over $58 right now. It's not in foil, but that's okay. Any way that this card comes, I will take. So we'll just cover up our Commander Mythic with that. And then we're going to see Kenneth Crucible Goliath coming in Step and Complete with a Rustvine Cultivator, a Blightbelly Rat, followed by Kemba's Banner from the Commander set with a Dragon Wing Glider, a Copperline Gorge, an Island, a Churning Reservoir, an Annex Sentry, a Tyrannax Atrocity, a Vraska's Fall, and an Escaped Experiment with a Vanish into Eternity right behind it. That is just such a good hit. I have to immediately protect this card. I want to make sure absolutely nothing happens to it. And there we go. All right. Wow. That was a little surprising. I was not expecting to see that. That's 2 collector boxes, 2 Elish Norns. They do come from a different case, so different seller, different everything. I like to buy from all over. So this way I have the, I don't know, at least an equal chance of pulling something good. All right, so we've got ourselves a Seachrome Coast here in borderless foil. Very nice. With a Thrun, Breaker of Silence. And then for our Step and Complete, we're going to see a Sinew Dancer, a Furnished Punisher, another Furnished Punisher, a Hexplate Wallbreaker from Commander, followed by the Mycosynth Gardens. This is going to be a very good land hit for us. And then, oh, wow. Our rare from the set is going to be a foil Mondrek Glory Dominus. This is a second surprise hit for us here. This is going to be a really good hit for us, valued over $30 right now. And then we got ourselves a Mountain, a Serum Core Chimera, a Necrosquito, followed by a Ruthless Predation, a Branch Blight Stalker, and an Axiom Engraver with a Mesmerizing Dose. Wow. So this box is doing really well for us. All right, so this one starts off with a Phyrexian Might. Then we get a Red Sun's Twilight with a Miglaw's Maze Crusher. And our Step and Complete is just going to be an uncommon Mirror Convert with a Bone Picker Scourge, a Sinew Dancer. And then we're going to see a Norn's Decree from Commander with a White Sun's Twilight from the main set. And a Mercurial Spell Dancer coming in as our rare with a Phyrexian Island, Against All Odds, Apostle of Invasion, a Phyrexian Atlas, Cruel Grimnarch, a Mirrodin Bardachet with an Ichor Synthesizer in the back. I'm going to take just a half a second and stack up some cards here so we got some room for what hopefully will be 1 or 2 more really good hits. A double Elish Norn would be a fantastic box. So we got the Phyrexian Might, followed by the Capricious Hellraiser coming in. Sometimes a little hard to tell if these are showcase or borderless. This one is a showcase card. Not a high value, but still a mythic hit nonetheless. And then we got Geth, Thrain of Contracts, followed by an Okiva Enigma Goliath in our Step and Complete. Nice rare hit there. Then a Rustvine Cultivator, Bone Picker Scourge, and a Monumental Corruption coming in from Commander with a Red Sun's Twilight. And our rare from the main set is going to be a Glissa Sunslayer with a Forest, Unnatural Restoration, Font of Progress, Prophetic Prism, Free from Flesh, an Adaptive Spore Singer, and an Incisor Glider in the back. All right, so we got 4 more packs to go here. Quite the array of mythics showing up. You know what I still haven't seen yet, and this is my 4th box of this product if you don't include any of the pre-release kits, is I still haven't seen any of the concept Praetor, so fingers crossed. All right, so we got ourselves a Rebel here, followed by Jor Kadeen, first Gold Warden. And then we have a Kemba Ka Enduring. And for our Step and Complete, we're going to see the Bone Picker Scourge, with Mirror Convert, a Necrogen Rot Priest, and then we're going to see a Might Overseer as our rare, with a Mirex coming in, followed by an Archfiend of the Dross, an Island, an Infectious Bite, X-Gold Hoverwings, Lattice Blade Mantis, Pestilent Siphoner, oh, focus is off, sorry about that, Pestilent Siphoner, Bring the Ending, and an Indoctrination Attendant. I apologize for that. Sometimes I get so engrossed in the cards, I'm not looking at my screen here. I'll do better. All right, so we got the Might here, followed by an Argentum Mastercore in foil, with Tyrannix Rex coming in. Very nice to see that. It's another mythic hit for us. And right behind that, we're going to see a Quicksilver Fisher in the Step and Complete. And I'll just tilt it for you so you can see the step and completeness. They're very subtle, especially on the surface. With a Thrumming Bird, a Sawblade Scamp. Then we're going to see a Serum Sovereign, a Mercurial Spell Dancer, a Seachrome Coast with a Swamp, then a Tamiyo's Logbook, an Oxada Finisher, an Oil Gorger Troll, Forgehammer Centurion with an Offer Immortality, and a Vivisurgeon's Insight in the back. So do you all go and play this at all this weekend with friends now that it's officially out and everybody has it? What'd you think of the set? How'd the cards play? Did you draft it, or did you buy a whole bunch of stuff and just seed it into decks you already had? Just very curious how people are receiving this particular set. So we got a Geth Thrain of Contracts. We got an Ovika Enigma Goliath with a Urabrass Anointer in Step and Complete, a Bone Picker Scourge, Quicksilver Fisher, with a Lux Artillery, Black Sun's Twilight, and an Argentum Mastercore with a Mountain, an Incubation Sac, Transplant Theorist, Thirsting Roots, Contagious Vorak, and a Leonin Lightbringer with a Malacator's Watcher in the back. All right, final collector booster pack for this box, and then we'll jump into the MTG Box Analysis. All right, so we got ourselves a Phyrexian Might, followed by a Blade of Shared Souls, with a Seachrome Coast, and our Step and Complete is going to be just a common, a Sawblade Scamp, followed by a Rustvine Cultivator, and the Urabrass Anointer. And behind that, we are going to see a Roar of Resistance. And behind that, we got a Filigree Silex. And then we're going to see the Eternal Wanderer coming in. Pretty decent rare. I know it does have some really good playability as far as like it can defend itself because only no more than one creature can attack it at any one time. It can take direct damage and all of that, but still, I think this is going to see some play. And then we got ourselves a Swamp, a Rebel Salvo, a Trawler Drake, the Hunter Maze, followed by a Chimney Rabble, and then we get a Stinging Hive Master and a Duelist of Deep Faith. All right, so give me just a second. I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG Box Analysis. In today's MTG Box Analysis, we're going to review the cards that we were eligible to pull in a collector booster pack and compare that to what we saw in this box. Then we'll take a look at set coverage, coverage by rarity, as well as duplication. And from a value perspective, we'll look at the value of the cards that we could have seen in this collector box, a price trend for the full set, including the first week of pre-release, and we'll break down the observed actual value in this box. Then we'll close it out with a summary. And for this box opening, we're also going to compare the results of this box to a previously opened collector booster box on the channel. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box, plus at least 75 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's start things off by taking a look at what we saw in this box. This chart shows all the non-foils that we saw in green, the foils that we saw in orange, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we were eligible to see everything from the showcase category to the extended art category on the chart. In these 12 packs, we ended up seeing 18 showcase, 5 borderless, 1 Phyrexian, 12 step and complete, and 15 extended art cards, 3 of which were jumpstart rares in non-foil. In the traditional foil space, we saw a variance of 3 cards between the primary colors of Magic, with black and red having 12 cards each, and white, blue, and green each having 15. We also saw 15 foil showcase, 3 borderless, and 5 extended art in foil. Not shown on this chart, but also we received 8 non-foil extended art cards and 1 foil extended art card from the Commander subset. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 16 unique showcase cards for a total of 41% coverage. We saw 5 of the 22 borderless for 23% coverage, a single Phyrexian for 17% coverage. Unfortunately, we didn't see any concept Praetors, but we did see 10 unique step and complete foils for 15% coverage. We also saw 15 of the 34 extended art cards for 44% coverage. In total, we saw 47 of the 173 cards we were eligible to see for an overall non-foil coverage of 27%. In the foil space, we saw 110 out of a possible 337 cards for 29% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage, excluding basic lands, was a 3-way tie between white, blue, and green, each having 38% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 82% of the commons and 53% of the uncommons we were eligible to see. We also saw 26 rares for 29% coverage and 4 mythics for 7% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 49% of the commons and 32% of the uncommons, plus 20 rares for 16% coverage, and 3 mythics for 6% coverage. In total, this box contained 46 rares and 7 mythics. This collector booster box was very low on duplication, but not immune from it. Duplication was seen in the full art basic lands, showcase, as well as the exclusive step and complete foil categories. Overall, 10 cards were repeated 13 times, leading to a box duplication rate of 8%. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market value of the cards we were eligible to pull in a collector booster box. This chart shows the 444 cards that can be pulled out of a collector booster box. However, the prices on your screen are using non-foil market prices from February 11th, 2023. Currently, there are 47 cards valued over $10, 30 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 59 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 308 cards are valued under $1. Now let's take a look at the value trend for this set. The official release date for this set was February 10th, and as such, I'll only be comparing the set value for the past couple of days. The chart you're looking at does show all 454 cards in the set available at release by category using non-foil prices. The 261 cards from the main set have increased 2% or $8.35 in just a few days. The showcase cards have dropped about 72 cents. The 22 borderless cards have increased by $7.29. The 6 Phyrexian text cards saw a drop of $5.16 in total. The 5 concept Praetors are extremely stable, only losing 59 cents of their value. The largest monetary gap is in the step and complete foils. These cards have dropped another $37.94, which is about a 3% decrease in a single day. The 34 rare extended art cards are up 22% or $8.59, and the basic lands and jumpstart cards are largely unchanged. Overall, the 454 cards are performing quite well, only losing about $20.39 in value or about 1% in a single day. I'll continue to report on this metric for a few weeks so we can see how this set stabilizes. Now that we have an understanding of the value and how the set is trending, let's take a look at the actual value that we saw in this collector booster box starting off in the non-foil space. We saw 3 of the big hits in this box. They included the Phyrexia Grand Unifier valued at $10.69, the Step and Complete Foil Drivnod Carnage Dominus valued at $16.78, and who can forget the Phyrexian Elish Norn Mother of Machines at $58.53. We also saw 3 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 5 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 40 non-foils in the box were valued under $1. In traditional foil, we also saw 3 big hits. We saw the extended art Srevel's Hive valued at $10.66, the borderless Nissa Ascended Animist valued at $14.70, and from the main set, we saw the foil Mondrak Glory Dominus at $34.25. We also saw 2 foils valued between $5 and $10, and 12 foils valued over $1. The remaining 102 foils in the box were valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon agreement for $219 even. The current market price for these boxes is $226.57. Today's collector booster box contained 12 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 180 total cards. Currently, the tokens do not have market prices established, so we will be skipping them again from a value perspective. The 12 basic lands in the box have a total value of $8.79. The 10 commander cards that we saw have a total market value of $6.70. The 51 non-foils represent the largest value in the box, with a combined total of $134.74 in card value. And the 107 foils have a combined market value of $116.16. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $266.39, which means for right now, this is a gain of $47.39 and a return of 122%. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 23 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined market value of $217.67, which represents 82% of the total box value. And to close us out, I wanted to share the results of 2 collector booster boxes opened on the channel so far. From a coverage perspective, the 2 boxes were comparable in both their non-foil and foil set coverage. Today's box did have slightly more duplication than the previous box, but it wasn't a significant difference. From a rare and mythic perspective, box 1 had less rares with 44, and today's box had 46. However, box 1 did have 1 additional mythic with 8, and today we only saw 7. Now, the prices I'm about to show you are all based upon market prices from February 11th, 2023. That's right, I went back to the previous box and updated all of the prices so that way we could do a true apples-to-apples comparison. From the Commander subset, the first box saw 12 cards, whereas today's box only saw 10. The quality of the Commander cards in box 1 was also much higher. That led to box 1 besting today's box with 4 times the value at $31.25. In the non-foil space, box 1 did see less cards, however the value of those cards was much higher, seeing a total value of $188.80, whereas today's box only pulled in $134.74. In the foil space, including the basic lands, the 2 boxes were pretty similar, with box 1 having just $7 more in value. Add it all up, and box 1 is the clear victor with $352.32 in total card value using today's market prices. Both boxes are still a gain, box 1 being $122.31 and box 2 being $47.39, despite paying less for box 2 than I did for box 1. Stay tuned to the channel for more Phyrexia All-Be-One box openings and more MTG Box Analysis. Until next time, do something amazing.